In our efforts to rant, be critics, and to rave, we have become those annoying film guys. In this podcast, we talk about where film has been, is presently, and where cinema is going. Welcome to Rant, Critic, Rave. What's up, everybody? So, my name is Elijah Muller, and I am joined by...
Hey, I'm Russ Clement.
And we're filmmakers and musicians, and we are creating Rant Critic Rave to talk about where cinema has gone.
It's been a crazy couple of years. Pretty much everyone's forced out of the theaters last year, so we really went to just download, just TV, just apps. How do you find your movies now, since we can't go into theaters?
That's a great question. We've actually gone more to streaming, and I guess that's where filmmaking has gone, is streaming online. Netflix is $500 a share. Yeah. That's insanity, considering how many billions of dollars it takes to reach that.
Yeah.
How long have you been watching movies, Russ?
My whole life, 35 years almost.
And in that amount of time, can you give me your top 5 movies?
No.
Okay. Give me your
now
best
without
director.
An hour and a half of thinking about it.
Okay. Give me your best director, favorite director, one you'll watch all the time. I'll say this: I'm watching a movie called Jack the Giant Killer, or Jack and the Beanstalk: The Real Story, with Matthew Modine, and it's a Jim Henson production, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, definitely in my top 5 for the rest of my life.
Oh.
And yeah.
Did you just find this movie now?
No, I grew up watching it, and it was crazy. I was telling my brother, it's like a 3.5-hour movie, and I was telling him that I believed that story over any that I had ever heard of Jack and the Beanstalk when I was a kid, and I'm rewatching it right now. I haven't seen it in about 10 years, but it holds up. It's fantastic, and definitely it's just a magical journey that I believe. You know, it's like Lost Boys to some people, where they're like, no, that's the quintessential, wearing earrings, sharing earrings, and all that stuff.
Monster Squad or nothing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but what's one of your favorite movies?
Growing up, at that age, I loved Robin Williams. So because I love cocaine, rest in peace, Robin Williams. All that. I'm sorry. But Robin Williams doing Hook was incredible for me. And that's also a Spielberg film.
That's one of the only Spielberg movies that I'll watch.
Oh, really?
And did you know that when they were filming Dorothy, The Wizard of Oz, they built that, when they were filming Hook, they placed the pirate ship where the Emerald City was.
Oh, wow.
That was the same set.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen that in a while.
And Hook was fantastic. I think, always Robin Williams. But I think the father, I felt for him, you know. I grew up with a bunch of, whatever. But I believed it. That was something else, too. I believe Hook. You know, that's a pretty believable movie in that world. I know that I recently rewatched it, and there were some things that I was just like, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. And it was stuff that I had glanced over when I was a kid watching it.
Yeah.
But, that's just...
Yeah, learning too much about film kills film.
Oh, my God.
That's a sad truth. And if you love movies, best thing is just to watch them. Don't study them. Never go into making them. Never do anything. Just watch movies. Don't critique. Nothing like that.
It's like I'm watching Jack and the Beanstalk, and you can tell where they had... some of the actors just show up for the day.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I've watched it so much that I knew when they would come back to the old lady and all this other stuff, and you're just like, wow. You started seeing this movie shot out of sequence, and when they were just going to the special effects and all that, and it was just...
Used to make up side stories for all the other extras in the movie.
Dude, maybe that's something we can do on here. My brother and I, we did this thing where when we were watching like nowadays movies, like any Marvel movie, whatever. But sometimes the extras are better than the actual actors. So sometimes we like to give out extra awards. And, when you watch old black and white movies and the extras just flood the whole screen.
Yeah.
Like The Hunchback of Notre Dame when they're in the beggars, the king of the beggars, king of the thieves, whatever, the underground. There's hundreds of actors.
Yeah.
And sometimes they make that scene work. Like any Quentin Tarantino movie. Well, besides the last two. Which, Quentin Tarantino, he showed me that sometimes gods die. Because I hated The Hateful Eight, and I really hated Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's
What's your
amazing
thoughts?
because I actually like those two.
What do you like about them?
One, I knew, what's the Hollywood? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Hated the name of the movie.
I feel you. It wasn't. Didn't hold up.
I knew it was going to be corny, and it was, but I still liked their performance, Brad Pitt. So that saved the whole movie for me. And DiCaprio's good, too. I think he's a lot of fun in that movie. And I liked Hateful Eight, too, because I like one scene, or what's it called? One shot, no.
Oh, one location.
One location,
shots, yeah.
that's it. One location movies. So I like that one.
Yeah, but do you feel that it was warranted to have 70 millimeters? I mean,
No, no.
I'm trashing The Hateful Eight, but somewhere on my wall, I have The Hateful Eight when I went to go watch that on 70 millimeters, a special showing in Baltimore when I lived up there, and I saved the ticket stubs and shit. So, I mean, it's like, I went there, I saw it, 70 millimeter, but I think you just trashed it. And we're going from, we've seen spaghetti westerns. We've seen the best of the best, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That Irish one. He's Charles Coburn, James Coburn. He's the dynamite guy. Can't remember the name of that one. But we've seen spaghetti westerns and
original
westerns.
Django.
Yeah, and I feel like he just didn't live up to it.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like a spaghetti western whatsoever.
No, but I mean,
he advertised it like that.
He
kept saying, "Oh, we need these giant cameras to capture all of this," and it's no, we don't. 35 millimeters, all you needed, man.
I don't know, and I thought it was a waste of Tim Roth. I really felt it just.
He went out too soon.
Yeah. I don't know.
At the end, if his last lines would have been like, "I'm a deputy," just like, "I'm a cop," I would have applauded maybe.
What's your favorite Tim Roth movie?
Oh wow.
Mine might be Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
I gotta look up his. He does a lot of movies.
Yeah, he does. I was hoping you were gonna say the Hulk.
No. When he becomes Abomination, it spoke to me inside. Like I
He
knew.
was Shakespearean.
Yeah.
That was his soul. So Russ, tell me, what is your favorite Tim Roth movie?
Oh, Rob Roy.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude.
Rob Roy.
I remember on Windows 95, it came with the folder that had the Rob Roy trailer in it.
Oh, really?
And it had Weezer's Buddy Holly
Yeah.
and, yeah. God, Rob Roy, dude. I forget.
Yeah. Liam Neeson.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God.
That's a great one.
I watched that after Braveheart, and I just kind of figured it was going to be like Braveheart, and then it wasn't like Braveheart. And I remember being bored out of my mind through some of Rob Roy, but I saw it way back in the day. Like,
Yeah. It's not an adult movie. Yeah.
Now with my big brain and all that, I can like watch it and be like, oh, that's what, oh. Rob Roy, wow, that's a classic.
Yeah. So, which director would you fear coming back from the dead and having to deal with Netflix, streaming, period, and everything else?
I'll give you one better. No, I won't. Uh, Coming Back from the Dead. Orson Welles.
Oh. Well, what the hell would he do now?
I mean, I'm just saying he'd be like, look, I want to do a long shot or, a one shot.
Yeah.
From like Evil, Touch of Evil. But I think a one shot, you know who? Yeah. I think Orson Welles. I think it would drive him insane, and they would be like, hey, you know that guy called Orson Welles? Let's just do it like that, but not like that. And he'll be like, what? Like, you can be artistic, but not that damn artistic.
Yeah. But he's still huge and fat, so.
Have you ever seen Orson Welles' movie F is for Fake?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I love that movie.
And I remember when I was watching it, this is where my big brain comes from. But I remember watching it, and when the girl was walking through the village, and everyone like stopped and started looking and everything, and I knew that they were using her to make them look and all this other stuff. And it was I forget. Like,
yeah.
What was the point of that? I was
There's
going somewhere with that.
There's a lot of little segments that really make you think in there.
Yeah, and I was able to crack the code of whatever Orson Welles was trying to say, because then he came out and said, this is what I had done. And I was like, oh my God, I knew that. Yeah. Somehow I knew that. And I wish I knew that now.
Yeah.
I wish I could recall it. But anyways, F is for Fake. That's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
You know?
A good companion movie with that is Exit Through the gift shop. It's a Banksy movie.
Banksy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A buddy of mine that I used to work with when I worked in kitchens, we used to talk about Banksy a lot and all the stuff he was doing. That's a crazy story. It's a good companion.
He
now sold a big piece of artwork.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
something like that. My brother showed it to me, and we were both like, that doesn't sound like anything Banksy would do. I mean, I don't know fucking Banksy or nothing like that, but you know what I mean? Like,
I have something to tell you.
Okay.
I'm Banksy.
Well, I am Spartacus.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm Spartacus.
Which, Spartacus, why can't I think of that?
Kubrick?
Stanley Kubrick, when he, there's a scene in there where Spartacus is like, he looks up at the sky and he's like, I want to know where the moon goes. I want to know where the sun goes. And he, casts his look to the heavens, and he's just like, I want to know what this is. And then his next movie was 2001: A Space Odyssey. And you're just like, you found out something, didn't you?
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No one ever talks about that. Like, no one I've ever known has talked about that.
It's a pretty good catch.
And I couldn't find it online either, because I was like, oh my God, someone must have like found this before me. And like now someone's gonna Google it and someone would have already talked about it or something like that. But
if it wasn't his last line in the movie, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
But Stanley Kubrick, he's fantastic. There are still people that haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey or Clockwork Orange.
There's a problem that people won't watch movies made before 2000 now. So, because they hate special effects that they used before then. Yes. And it takes them out of the story. But, okay, CGI wasn't great back then, of course, but why would you not watch a movie based on the decade it's made?
I don't know. But Little Shop of Horrors, that has great puppetry in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
both of them.
A lot of people sometimes watch that. Like, kids today, they'll watch that and go, that's some great CG. And you're like, that's not CG, that's a puppet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, if they watch the Muppets, which I haven't seen the last two Muppet movies.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there's, like, CG characters in it or
anything. I doubt
it.
it.
I have no idea.
It sounds like that would be a sin.
Hey, man, there's tons of sins out there. But, yeah, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that. But,
CG.
Yeah, they think it's CG, and you're just like, it's not. Yeah. That's actual puppetry, you know? And, yeah. I remember working on this one movie where the guys, they wanted to blue screen, okay? So they got this old shitty tarp, and they had it stretched along the wall, but you saw every crease in it, every shadow. They had two really crappy lights. I can't remember what it was, and they just put it on there. And they were like, all right, let's act it out, man. And they started doing it, and they were like, Eli, because I was at Full Sail at the time. And they knew I was in film school, so they go, Eli, hey, does that look good? Is that going to work? And I was like, and I'm just like looking at it like, we spent 5 hours doing this. Let's just fucking do it. So I was like, yeah, it'll work.
We'll blame it on
I
CG.
was like, what you can do is like, just have a bunch of like double the image and then just have opacity, in and out on it, and just then turn them all black and white, and it'll just flicker, and it'll just, maybe you can bullshit it that way. And but shit, we were filming on mini DV. I think they were using Canon XL.
Oh yeah.
Or Canon XL2. Yeah, and that's what's crazy now is like okay, so when we started this thing, we were like when we were going to do Rant+Critic Rave, we were going to talk about where cinema has gone. And when I was in film school, the cameras we have now were like $100,000. Some of them didn't even exist.
Yeah.
I remember the big guys had digital cameras that were 480. And you're like, whoa, we're at like 8K now. Like,
yeah. But still, back in the day, 480 was everything. And now you put that on when YouTube's too slow.
Yeah, it was like $5,000 for a camera that shot at 480.
Yes.
I mean, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And yeah, cameras have, but the big thing that I found was that, and this is what drove me nuts, was that no matter how great the cameras got now, people still suck at filmmaking. Like, they were like, oh, this is really portable, ENG, and they still can't hold the fucking camera so it doesn't shake you to death. And it's like, whenever I would be a camera guy, I learned how to, just cradle the camera in my hands and just have a natural, movement to it, and what do you think? You think there's a lot of shaky cam in cinema today?
I think there's always too much shaky cam in cinema. Like, it's not just fight scenes anymore. Now we're talking in a conversation, but they have to show it angry. But on set, the actors aren't angry, so someone just takes the director's notes and make it shaky here, so it looks like anger. And it's really annoying.
And someone can challenge me on this, but name a movie that is recently made, or at least within the last, 4 years, and tell me a movie that opens up without shaky cam. And here's why they're doing it. I don't know anybody who's talking about this, but this is why I think they do it. Because shaky cam is a really, personal thing. Like, you're there. You're viewing this.
Yeah,
like
it's your eyes.
The Marvel movie that came out, the one with Thanos in it.
Yeah.
It opens up with the Archer dude and Black Widow, and it's shaky cam. And so you're there with the family, so when they start disappearing, and you're just like, look, they do this in every fucking movie. Name a movie that starts without shaky cam. Mm-hmm. And I know it's like no one was thinking about that question, so they're just like,
what movie takes place in space?
Gravity.
Yeah.
But
gets pretty shaky later.
I mean, someone in the comment section, wherever you are, comment. You tell me which one it is. And I mean, and I'm not being a snob about shaky cam. Like, David Fincher is like, I only have 2 handheld shots per movie, if possible. And it's like, all right. But, I mean, just what is, like, these cameras are so light.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. Yeah.
I just,
Handheld camera shots are good. But when you're purposely just, I don't know, bobbling the camera around.
I think that might be the name of the director. Paul Greengrass, I want to say, or something like that. He did the Bourne Ultimatum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where everyone first noticed. He did all the Bourne movies.
I mean, hot damn, man. Sometimes the camera's so fucking shaky, even with an over-the-shoulder shot. You're just like, come on. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
So,
we know everyone's on cocaine. Don't have to brag about it.
Like, I mean, sometimes, I stopped going to the movie theater because I'd rent a movie and there would be some crazy shaky cam and you're just like, could you imagine seeing that on a 40-foot screen?
Oh, no.
Like, why
no.
the hell would I go and put myself through that? You know? And I'll tell you, a movie that really showed me cinema was dead was Independence Day 2. Did you watch that movie?
I think so.
What a piece of trash, dude. Like, Independence Day, whatever. Watch it on
Tell
July
you
4th.
anything about it. Like,
But dude, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And it shows this, like, the military. I'll give you an example how dumb this movie is. The military. They're all like, we have a base on the moon and shit like that, right? Well, all of a sudden, the aliens show up and every general's like, we need to fucking nuke them. We need to destroy them. Send a nuclear missile. And you're just like, okay, like no one had contacted anybody. And they just fucking nuke them and start a war. And then everyone's like, oh my God, why would they do this to us? And you're like, Jurassic Park. I watched the first one with Pratt, Chris
Yeah.
Pratt. Did you watch that movie?
yeah. I watch everything.
Doesn't it bother you that they just used a fat guy to like just be a lazy fat guy and let the dinosaur out?
Yeah, it's because they couldn't afford, what's his name from Seinfeld to come back? Newman.
Wayne Knight. Wayne Knight.
Yeah. You actually knew his real name.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some cool Wayne Knight. I remember him on Seinfeld too. There was a Loogie episode, the Magic Loogie episode. But all right, well, so we can wrap this up with one last thing. What is a movie that you still like from your childhood?
Yeah. I'm going to go with Ralph Bakshi's Wizards. Have you ever seen this?
Oh my God, he did the animation with live action.
Yeah.
Fire and Ice.
Yep.
That was a great movie.
I think he was a producer on that. I'm not sure he was a director, but he did like Lord of the Rings,
I was
The
about to
Hobbit.
say that was I haven't watched that since I was a kid,
Yeah.
and I couldn't find it on DVD for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have it now. I think he also did American Pop.
Yes, he
American
did.
Pop. That was a great movie.
Yeah, still holds up. I mean, he puts stuff in there that you can't today,
Yes.
but it still works because it's supposed to shock you.
Yeah, I mean, American Pop was fantastic. I used to know the saying when he's like these hands are washing dishes. You know,
Yeah.
I wish they would do something else.
Yeah.
I used to know that whole monologue. But I don't think I saw Wizards.
Wizards is an original story of his. It's like the world explodes and starts to come back together, and then there's two wizards, and one of them is evil, one of them is good, and the whole fate of the world depends on them.
I gotta rent this movie.
I think I have it on DVD. Yeah.
I gotta see this movie.
I also have the movie poster, so yeah.
There you go. The last movie poster. I gotta look around. I have a Samurai Champloo poster, and I have a Before the Curtain Part 1 Boom poster. I used to have Casino Royale movie posters. I had Errol Flynn, Robin Hood poster at one point. I'd like to get more posters, but I just I have to get frames because I think it looks stupid to just put a poster up. It's so
they have to have
childish.
frames.
They have
when
to.
you're over the age of 20, you must have frames.
You have to. That's as weird as that is. Like, yeah, you have to. I would say a movie that I grew up watching and I think holds up is Muppets Treasure Island.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I bought the 30th anniversary, I think, DVD before I moved from Maryland back down here, and I had to get it. There was a lot of stuff about the Muppets going on,
Yeah.
and I was like, I have to get it before they cancel.
Yeah.
But the Muppets, there's a movie called So Dear to My Heart. I think it's an old Disney movie. It's a kid and his sheep. That's one that still holds up. Old Yeller will always hold up.
Oh wow, yeah.
That one will always hold up. And a movie that I remember my dad had bought the double VHS because he had rented it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh yeah.
He rented it, and I watched it so much. I mean, a lot of the family watched it, but I remember watching it so much that we stretched the tape on it. And so he was like, I'm just going to go buy it.
Yeah.
And I can attribute to my dad The Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
I know that's not a kid's movie, but the original Magnificent Seven, that one, he bought that on VHS. And
I'll still take Seven Samurai over it, but yeah, it's
I
good.
feel ya.
Steve McQueen is incredible. I'll watch him in anything.
I mean, Yul Brynner and Steve McQueen, they didn't like each other that much.
yeah.
And they had competitions against each other all the time. And so it's just amazing that they pulled off such a movie. And the other Magnificent movies they did, I used to have the DVD box set of all of them. They kind of sucked.
Oh.
They brought Yul Brynner to do it, and he just, I don't know. It was just him.
Oh.
And I was like, no. It's like
it rides again, right?
yeah, but there was like it's gonna sound stupid. I think there was like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Like 7 movies that they made. And
I'm thinking Magnificent Seven rides again. The
yeah,
sequel
that was
they
probably
did.
one of them.
Yeah.
That was probably one. You know what? Talking about it, Fievel.
Oh yeah.
An American Tale.
Yeah.
An American Tale?
Yeah.
That one holds up. I like the original over or the first
Fievel
one.
Goes
over-
West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fievel Goes West was more of a kids movie.
Yeah.
To me, but definitely an American Tale. The Secret of NIMH.
Yeah.
That one holds up.
That's good.
And a movie from my childhood, Watership Down.
Oh wow.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
And a movie that terrified me even worse was Animal Farm,
Oh yeah.
because I saw that as a kid. And I shit you not, I think I looked it up. I tried. I don't know. I can't remember when I looked it up last. But I think I remember the car at the end. It looked like JFK.
Oh really?
Yeah, driving. I can't remember.
Oh wow.
But I just kind of remember at that point being like, is this like...
Well,
I
that's
didn't
what
know how to
started
take it. I was a
everything.
kid. But
Okay.
I remember seeing JFK, and I was like, oh no. But, now that I'm older, I don't know if it looks like JFK now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Might have just been as a kid. But just knowing the political talks that were in that movie,
Yeah.
and knowing JFK was riding, to buy the farm, whatever the hell was going on at the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What's another movie you like as a kid that you like now?
I said Hook earlier, but original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I tried, man. I tried.
It's a miracle they pulled it off. It's just getting the rights to do it, but the suits, they still hold up. I think they look incredible. Look better than
Yeah.
CG. So
That is true. Animals. Animal Olympics. Have you ever seen that movie?
no.
Animal Olympics, my son. If you ever get a chance. My brother finally got it on a DVD. You can buy it on Amazon on DVD now. Because before, I had bought it because before it was available in America, they had a German import version of it on Amazon. And I got it because it had the English soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, well, that's just the soundtrack that I knew as a kid on VHS. But that's how you get around them.
Yeah.
But Animal Olympics, I'll send you a link.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Yeah.
So if any of you guys out there in audio listening land want to comment on a movie that you saw as a kid, and I guess it would be a kid's movie. Was that what we were?
Yeah, some movie that you saw as a kid and you still remember and like or care about.
Yeah. Yeah, throw it in the comments, and if you have anything else you want to throw in the comments, go ahead. We're gonna read them. I'll tell you that right now. You put something in the comments, we'll read them.
We have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, we're doing this. Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this. I'm just gonna cut that. But anyways,
Can I go now?
go ahead and throw it in the comments, and moving forward, we're gonna just have some cool topics to talk about. And really, Rant+Critic Rave is meant for us to rant and rave about cinema, because cinema, you can be a purist. You don't have to settle for garbage, especially when you film it. You can seriously take a look at what you're filming and just go, we should stop. At some point we need to stop.
That's what the dailies are for.
I mean, just fucking stop and just think about what you're dumping your money into.
Yeah. Hundreds of millions of...
And we are now so far into sequels and remakes and all this other crap. We have 20 plus years between some of these movies. Like literally every like Star Wars. Star Wars doesn't have to suck so bad. You have so much fan fiction and puzzle games, and Yoda's Desktop Adventures is better than half the damn movies that are out for Star Wars.
See, this is why I didn't say Star Wars is a favorite kids movie. This I can't deal with.
A New Hope. Like, there was this kid at where I work, and he was talking about Star Wars, and he said that he was like, "Hey, I want to buy a lightsaber. Eli, do you believe in lightsabers?" And I said, "No, I don't believe in lightsabers because they just don't exist. Like, I'm sorry, they don't exist." And he goes, "Yes, they do."
Oh no!
And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Where do they exist?" I was like, "Because I'm looking."
Long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
I wish he had said that, man.
I would have applauded, and
he goes, "You know where they sell them?" I was like, "Where?" And he goes, "Disney World." And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm going to Disney World next week."
Oh, that kid's gonna be so sad. Oh.
Like, it's not a real lightsaber. And he said, "Yes, there is." So, I mean, Star Wars is great when you're a kid, and I'm glad, like, there wasn't the internet and all this dumb shit that would be like, "We're going to sell you a real lightsaber, Timmy."
Yeah.
Because this kid's going to go, and the lightsaber is not real.
No.
You know?
You could have bought it at Walmart.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like...
That's so sad.
But movies don't have to suck, you know? Like, we have...
Yeah.
Like, if they remake The Godfather... Yo, there's so much...
It'll happen.
There's so much material from now to then. Like, 1927 was when we had the first sound in cinema with wings.
It was just that guy farting for 23 minutes, right?
You know what I'm saying? No, that's 2027.
Oh, okay.
But all I'm saying is, like, we're not even 100 years into the sound in film, and we're...
Repeating.
Yeah, we're just going backwards, and we're not caring about... story, photography, sound, structure. Like, one of the biggest things that pisses me off in modern cinema is that when they create a score for it, they don't have a theme, and then as the movie progresses, each character has a bit of the theme in it.
They used to. Yeah.
They used to, and, you know, we as filmmakers stand on the back of giants, you know, and we have to, in some way, tip our hat to them, and nobody even cares.
Yeah.
Now, and the audience don't care. Like, I'm just saying, like, Netflix has some real trash in it.
Yeah.
You know, Amazon Originals has some real trash in them, and people just don't care. Look, I'm saying this as a fan, and I'm saying this wholeheartedly. The Fast and Furious series has become stupid. Okay.
I can't believe he said that.
Which, in history, right now, the Fast 9 has been released yesterday, Friday?
I think so.
Yeah, Friday, which was yesterday. And all I'm saying is I'm going to go see it. It's my boy Vin Diesel. I got to go on Tuesday, so I wish I could go on Tuesday, Toretto Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Eat tuna fish sandwiches, no crust
Get a couple
in the theater.
Coronas.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, bring ponies into the theater. And then when they try and kick you out, you're like, yo, man, like, if it wasn't for me, there wouldn't be nobody here.
Family.
You know, family. But no one cares. Like, and literally, they're saying that there will be a Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover movie because Universal owns the rights to both of them.
I doubt it.
Okay? So I don't think anyone cares. And the audience members should hold filmmakers at a much higher standard. I mean, for God's sake, like, you can do cinema so much easier now. What do you think? Final thoughts.
Yeah, we definitely finally have technology to where anyone can make a movie. You're gonna need a decent camera for it to be shown in a proper place, but yeah, you can start making movies with your friends and stuff with your phone. That's amazing. Instead of having to spend and save up $400 for a shitty camera that was like 360p back in the day, or VHS, yeah, it's amazing. But we still have to learn how to tell stories and create new characters. I
think you said new characters.
Maybe.
You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, we just need to really think about it. Yeah, so that is the end of episode 1, and we'll see, well, you'll all hear from us episode 2.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening to Rant, Critic, Rave. Next week, Russ and I will still continue to talk about where film has gone and where we think film is going and where film has been. So once again, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.